What's better than an unsettling fever dream with iconic visuals and witches? The answer is two unsettling fever dreams with iconic visuals and witches. Obviously. Hi, I'm Anna Hayes. I'm a singer, songwriter, and visual artist, but I also love to talk about my passions. Films, perfumes, books, and art in general that's weird, obscure, unsettling, or all the above. The original Suspiria, the one directed by Dario Argento in 1977, is one of my favorite horror films of all time, and possibly the very first horror movie I've ever saw. Way too young during a sleepover in my middle school best friend's attic, covering my eyes for half its duration. A formative experience, to say the least. So, when Luca Guadagnino's 2018's remake was announced, it was bound to be a crucial life event for me, for better or for worse. Fully aware that this will make me sound like an insufferable hipster, I must admit, I don't trust contemporary Hollywood or Hollywood-style big productions with my beloved horror genre. And they have good reasons. I'm bored. Worse, I'm irritated with iPhone faces, with polished, Instagrammable stills that manage to make even the goriest, most intense scenes look glossy, soullessly pretty and aseptic. Guadagnino's Suspiria is very different, both in results and intent, from the original. The awesome news is that it's not different in that way. Quite the opposite. Instead of sanitizing its horror, it took a gritty, turbid, raw direction. While the, frankly gorgeous, aesthetic of Argento's film was perfectly aligned with 70s trends, almost a dark declination of glam rock, the remake looks like it's grunge or post-punk answer. A dissonant, stripped-down evolution of the same eerie melody. That's probably why my brain immediately made the association between The Man Who Sold the World by David Bowie and Nirvana's unplugged cover of the same song. Yes, it's a far-fetched comparison, but bear with me, it makes sense in my head. Where Argento's Suspiria has this carnivalesque eeriness, with its monumental art direction dripping in primary colors, and Bowie's original track has this concrete music adjacent experimentalism, Guadagnino strips everything down. He scratches away the Liberty wallpaper, doses the whole thing in muted grays and browns, and fixates on the hyperreal, grotesque body horror aspects. Think of the solo dance in the mirror room. Just like Cobain's raw voice and guitar shake the skeleton of The Man Who Sold the World like a thunderstorm. And speaking of music, both versions of the film are carried by their soundtrack. Argento's Suspiria is dominated by the goblins and their electrifying, almost operatic rock sequences. Meanwhile, Guadagnino enlisted Thom Yorke, whose haunting, atmospheric compositions guide the film into an entirely different emotional register. Where Goblin's music is nerve-shattering, Yorke's is spectral and melancholic, less of a scream and more like a ghostly whispering. I won't dwell too much on Suspiria's plot, because probably either you don't want spoilers or already know everything about it. But in case you need a quick recap. Mysterious deaths into an elite ballet academy. A new girl plagued with disturbing nightmares. Ominous sexual undertones, witchcraft, and magical fuckery happens, like Dakota Johnson giving a convincing performance. What more could you ask for? A complex, esoteric, literary backstory? Oh, because we have that too. Both films take inspiration by Suspiria de Profundis, a collection of surreal essays by the English writer Thomas de Quincey. The book's dreamlike, hallucinatory prose was the foundation for Argento's nightmarish vision. And Guadagnino leans even further into his psychological and historical themes, grounding the supernatural horror in real-world anxieties. Usual A24 shit. And they always set it up. Ultimately, both Suspirias are brilliant in their own right. One a phantasmagoric fever dream, bathed in color and chaos. The other a slow-burning, ritualistic descent into horror. But now I want to know your thoughts on Suspiria. Have you seen one or both versions? Do you think the remake was a worthy reinterpretation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to support me, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my music and art. It's very much on this vibe. Good night, have very strange dreams.